Hi
Oh,
there. I'm author Shannon Reber. This is Genre's Bookshop podcast. And today I have, well, an old friend. Oh, the
yeah,
angels are singing.
yeah, they are.
Yeah,
I'm Ryan.
Ryan
I'm
Bennett.
Ryan.
Ryan Bennett.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, that's the dude. So he is the reason that Genre's Bookshop sells used books. He was my business partner for a year or so, and let's see, he's my best drinking friend. There you go.
I am. I admit it. So I don't need to introduce myself. You did it for me. Um,
Well, yeah, well, you can still say something.
I'm
Avid
Ryan Bennett.
reader.
I
Uh,
read a lot.
yeah,
I don't read as much as I'd like to, but I'm sure everybody feels that way.
true.
I don't know. I
Yeah.
don't read as much as I'd like to. It's
But
it's
that's because of your new job, though, right?
yeah. I work 10 to 6 at night, and it's dark and it's cozy and I just you get comfortable and then you read and then you like get a little sleepy and you shouldn't be sleepy and it's can yeah, it's a
It can
slippery
be,
slope.
yeah, it sounds like a problem. Yeah.
Yeah. Mhm.
Okay. So since we are doing this, we have to do the old tradition. What are you reading?
Oh, I didn't yeah, I actually restarted a book. I don't have it in front of me and I wasn't ready.
Ah,
It's like a space opera. It's part of the Expanse series. They made it and like they made an Amazon show and I watched a couple of the episodes. I'm like, man, this is awesome. This is like it's like Star Trek and Star Wars together, but more realistic without Wookiees and fairy people. And it's more kind of like so there's like Mars and then there's Earth and then there's the belt, the asteroid belt, and the asteroid belt is used for basically natural resources to help the Mars and the outer planets and Earth because the belt is so big. And just they're
okay.
dramatic. And right now
Okay.
there's like a war, and
Ooh.
it's like one of let's say 12.
Okay.
And they're like really chunky, and I'm really enjoying it. It's just another thing, like I'm reading the physical book now on my Kindle, and it's heavy, and I'm weak.
And your fingers hurt after this?
I'm like, oh my, it's so heavy. But
Oh,
it's not bad.
well, it's a good
But yeah,
weapon. Just in case you get attacked while you're reading. It's a good weapon to
it is a weapon, I guess. Anything can be a weapon if you're strong enough.
that's true.
Hmm.
Hmm. Well, I was
What do
telling
you read?
you I was telling you forever ago about this. I think it was my Audible credit from either September or October, and it was a haunted house story, and I was so disappointed. What are you doing?
I don't know. I'm looking at myself and
Okay.
there's I had a little thing here, and I'm like, what the heck is that? I figured it out.
Okay. Okay, so it's this haunted house story, and there were these crazy mistakes. Like this person never had the book edited kind of mistakes. And it was so obnoxious. And I realized only that after I had finished it, because I bought the Audible credit, so I didn't want to waste the credit,
Mhm.
that it had multiple stories. I thought it was this one person's story that just kept going, but it's a different haunted house story. And the second one is so good. It's really
Mhm.
fun. Like
Hmm.
creepy Georgian mansion, Georgian as in Georgia, the state. Um and
I think it's a
hidden
style too.
yeah, hidden passages, it's there's a body dump
Oh,
inside the house. So
yikes. Yikes.
these people
Like
are
a
running
morgue?
away from a psychopath, and
They're just
they
like,
end
oh, got all these bodies. I don't know where to put them. Let's put them in this house.
up. Well, it's a serial killer.
Arts. That's
Mm-hmm,
the last
mm-hmm.
place to look
Exactly.
in this rundown house.
Well, oh yeah, exactly. But
So
I
yeah,
mean,
oh,
it's
that's
it's
neat.
it's really good. But the series is actually called The Haunting of uh Peyton Fletcher. But the the second book is like The Haunting of Quinby Manor. That's it. At least I think that's it. But it's actually really good. And I do kind of recommend it. I'm not to the end yet, but I'm close.
I mean, I've been listening more audiobooks on my way to work, not
Yeah.
necessarily at work. So
Hmm.
I listened to My Best Friend's Exorcism, and that was awesome.
Yes, that was
Then I
fun.
that was really fun. And then I'm still in the process of listening to Whisper Down the Lane, which is it's kind of horror-ish, but horror-ish. Um, just to make sure nobody thought like, oh, it's horror-ish, horror-ish. Um, it's about this kid. It's like a dual timeline, like a story that takes place in the 80s and present day. And
Oh,
I don't know how far along I am because I've been listening to it on my phone
yeah,
in
yeah,
my car, so it doesn't really have like that thing. I think
yeah,
about
yeah.
halfway through, and the stories haven't merged yet. So I'm kind of like, what? Like they're good stories together. Like
Oh,
where do they meet? I
oh,
don't know yet. And yeah,
interesting.
and I mean, last week went on a trip to Maine, and I could not listen to audiobooks on my drive because I was too busy focusing on like mountains and stuff.
Well,
And that
focusing
was
on mountains is a good thing.
yeah, I mean, I was really enjoying the scenery, so I was like, didn't want to focus on the book. But
I
driving
feel you,
like
brother.
just like driving on a highway, like straight highway, yeah, I totally get lost in a book.
Exactly,
And if I get
exactly.
like yeah, but seeing sceneries and mountains and mooses and stuff, yeah, you just gotta look at
You
it.
saw a moose?
No, I saw a sign for a moose.
Oh,
And
okay.
this is kind of disturbing. I was driving in Maine and I saw what was left of a moose.
Yeah, that is disturbing.
And I mean, the body wasn't there, but I just saw like you could tell a moose got hit. It was just oh
Oh, poor
yeah.
baby.
It
Well, it's
was
not
a
really a
big.
baby.
It was a big baby. Big.
Like me, big baby.
Yeah, you're a big baby. Yeah, totally.
When did you just say the word old? Oh my goodness, he said the word old. Oh.
I didn't say old. I said big baby.
Okay, I heard old.
All right, you heard what you
Anyway,
want.
so the point of today's podcast, yes, exactly. So we are reviewing Dead End, and the last time that
It's a camera.
I
It's a
know it's
camera.
crazy.
Mhm.
I had one show up properly. I don't know why it didn't show up properly. I don't know. Doesn't matter. But Dead End, we are gonna do the same thing we did for the other anthology that was done by the writers group right now. And so each of us are going to pick 3 stories from the anthology, and
No
that
particular
will
order.
be, sorry,
In no particular order. We're just
no
like where
particular,
we picked the ones you know that
yeah,
we felt stood out.
exactly. And it's not that the others are not awesome, because all of them
Yeah,
are really interesting and fun,
yeah.
other than mine.
Mhm.
Mine are not fun. The
The
my
ending one
last
was
one, oh, I know.
it was sad. Well, I don't want to give it away. I
Yeah,
know we talked a little bit about this before we hit record. They're
mhm,
short, so it's like we
yeah,
talk about it. We don't want to give away like major spoiler points, but if
exactly.
it happens, it happens.
Yes, exactly. And we apologize in advance for any
Yeah.
spoilers that may accidentally be released into the
And the
wild.
spoilers, still read the stories because I mean they're still good stories.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I honestly think that all of them were amazing.
Yeah. And yeah, you got some cat.
Everybody has their own style, their own take, and
Mhm.
it's really fun.
Yeah, really is.
Okay, so I will let you go first, dude. You pick the first one to
Okay,
review.
okay, in no particular order.
No particular
My
order.
first one was Shattered Soul by Megan. Okay, I'm gonna totally butcher her last name.
Fournier.
Fournier.
Fournier. Yes.
Oh, it's French. Ooh, ooh la la. Um, it's this story was, I mean, it was a short story, obviously. It was like yeah, it was I think maybe one of the longer short stories, but still a short
Yeah.
story. And it was just about like a demon world and their, you know, what do you call it? They possess people and eat their souls. But it was like
Yeah.
a great world building for just a short story. And I thought, talking to you, were like, this could be a novel. Like this, I
Yeah,
mean, if you expand it, it could have been a great novel.
most
Yeah,
definitely.
I don't really want to, like I said, they're short stories, so it's like it's really hard to spoil it. But it was really cool. I really enjoyed it, and I actually just reread it this morning, and it was even better the second time.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah,
I have to say this is Megan's very first publication.
yeah,
And I after reading her stories, I really do think that she does have something to build on.
yeah.
And
That could be a series. I mean, that could
oh
be,
heck yeah, yeah.
yeah. And I was reading it, like, I'd pay good money, paper folding money to read up this book. Not that, I mean,
Well,
I
you
did
did pay
buy the
paper
book.
folding money.
I did pay paper folding money for this book.
But you would pay for that story in particular.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I pay real like extra folding money, extra
Okay.
paper folding
Well, if
money.
you have
Okay.
all this folding money, you totally can send it her way. I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah. She definitely got like a good, like, it's really cool. I really enjoyed it.
okay. That's good.
Yeah.
Okay, so the premise of this story is let's see. How do you put
I
this
have to give the
without giving?
premise.
Well,
Like, I was just like, well, there's the two demons, and they meet in a library, and it's like one's, give it away.
yeah, exactly.
It's like it's
Yeah,
such a
okay,
short
okay.
story, but
It's a
yeah.
short story. It's about demons. It's really good.
Mm,
There.
yeah,
How's that?
yeah, yeah. And it's, yeah. I don't want to give it too much away because, yeah,
Oh, and
you
it's our
shouldn't.
first publication.
Yay! Yo, yeah, it
Hi,
was really good.
Megan.
Okay.
Okay, so my first pick is We Love Erie Days by William Isaac.
I was
And
gonna pick that one too, but it was really good.
I had to steal it from you because
Yeah. Well, no, you're the host, so you get first
yeah,
dibs.
yeah. Okay, so that one it was a zombie apocalypse, and I'm sick of zombie apocalypse stories, which I've said this before. I'm sick of them, sort of. Like I
We have
still
a lot of
read
time
them,
though.
but yeah, I read them frequently, but I'm always hoping that there will be a twist. And with that one, I liked the twist at the end.
Yeah.
The ending made the entire story.
Mhm.
It was awesome.
Yeah, I know when I was reading it, it was like, I mean, it's very an intense scene where he's driving. I'm like, I really felt like I was in the car. He did a
Yeah,
really
yeah.
good job.
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's your number two? Not in
And my
that
number two,
order.
yeah, in no particular order, number
Nope.
two was The Customer's Always Right by Bob Lingle. I hope I said it. Did I
You
say his
did.
last
You
name
said
right?
it.
Okay.
At
Yeah,
least I
it's
think so.
just it's a story about a guy who works at a store, and this guy brings something in that normally you wouldn't bring into a store, and he's demanding, a refund. And yeah, and he's like, well, you don't have a receipt, so and then the ending is, like, I don't want to give away the ending because the
Yeah,
ending's
yeah, yeah.
hilarious. But
The
at the
end.
ending, like, did that really just happen? And it kind of not really. I mean, it kind of would remind me of a Twilight Zone, but not. Maybe like
Mhm.
Tales from the Dark Side. Tales from the Dark Side had a little more
Yeah.
humor from the
Okay,
from
okay.
the 80s, but the ending was just like, what? Like, what's going on here? Yeah, I really
Well,
enjoyed that one.
my favorite part of that whole story was he says that the guy reaches into his bag to pull something out, and the clerk's butt cheeks tightened or something like that.
Yeah,
It was like,
yeah,
ah!
yeah. It's like, yeah, it's some
That
some
was
good imagery.
exactly.
Yeah.
I was trying to imagine, the last time I was really scared about something, if my
Yeah.
butt cheeks
Well, and
actually
you,
tightened.
like, I've never met this Bob guy, but if I did, I'd be like, oh, I'm thinking about Bob's butt cheeks. Like, kind of weird. Sorry, Bob. If Bob, you watches, I'm thinking
We're
about your
not
butt
thinking about
cheeks.
your butt cheeks, really, we're not.
I am. I'm thinking about your butt cheeks.
Okay, but The Customer is Always Right by Bob Lingle is also
Mhm.
his first publication.
Yeah. And I didn't
So
know that. As I read it, and I mean I knew it after you told me, obviously, but
yeah, yeah.
reading them, I'm like, yeah, I like this one, I like this one, and I'm like, hey, for fun, hey, what do you know?
Well, he actually sent me several stories, but most of them didn't fit our genre, but they were all really good stories. Like
I'm like,
I want to put them in something else, but they
yeah,
just didn't
make
work
another
for this book.
anthology.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
like a Christmas one, maybe?
It's
No.
definitely not Christmas, but maybe. But the plan is to maybe do another one, and do bigger events. The small events are not working. So, all right. So, my number two, which is not necessarily second best, but still spectacularly wonderful, is
Like all
the
of
tooth.
them.
Exactly, the Tooth Fairy by oh shoot,
Which,
Michelle Moline. My brain froze on her name.
yeah,
It's
I was thinking her
super
maiden
short.
name too. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. It's super short. But it was awesome. It was so
Yeah.
much fun.
The other one she did in the anthology, hold on here.
Uh, yeah, I don't remember the name.
Spend 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 that Leo. It's like a bug one. That one
Yeah,
was cool. That was, yeah, that one was really cool too.
that one was creepy. That one was definitely creepy.
Mhm.
See, Michelle likes to write children's books, but according to the few things that I have read of her stuff, she would make a very good horror writer.
Yeah, yeah.
But that's not what she wants to do. So
No, dude, you gotta follow your heart in all
exactly.
things, foreign and domestic.
Working. Yes, indeed. All right.
Mhm.
So number three. What's your number three?
For me, the haunted happenings. It's more. It's not like a story. It's. I mean, it's a story,
Yeah,
obviously.
yeah.
It's a, but it's more nonfiction. It's about Melinda M. Zuck, and her like close encounter with ghost, sort of. And it was kind of cool. It reminded me of at my job. I work at like I said, a group home, and I've seen things out of the corner of my eye, but I don't know if they're like real or if I'm just like tired because I work a million
Oh,
hours a week. So it's like
oh,
I've seen things. Nothing like in her story. There's a faucet turns on,
yeah, yeah.
so nothing like that, but just like
Nothing.
weird things out of the corner of my eye.
Oh, this is
So yeah,
cool.
I really enjoyed it. It kind of reminded me of Ghostbusters. Like
Oh, of
I can
course
just
it
I
did.
don't I mean I've never met Melinda, maybe in her tan jumpsuit, like with a proton pack. I'm gonna get you ghosts. Where's my
Yes,
traps?
exactly.
Mhm.
I'll be sure and mention that to her so she can wear
Yeah,
that for next Halloween.
yeah.
Okay.
I bet it'd work out. Okay, it'd work out.
Okay, my number three, which I had a really hard time picking number three because there are so many really good ones, but I loved Barb Balicki. She had the very first story in the book, and it's
It that
Raven.
story did like I had to read it twice because it did some things to my parts.
Yeah.
But I can't say those words on it's a
Oh,
family show.
not anymore. We're talking
Mm,
about Bob's butt cheeks and your parts, dude.
not parts. Well, my elbow, okay. It really blew
Yes,
my elbow
yes.
off.
All right, I understand.
Mhm.
But that story, it's the Imprint of the Raven, right? That's the name.
Someone didn't
You
do
have the
their
book.
homework.
I did my homework, but I didn't write down my homework.
The imprint of the Ravens.
Imprint of the Raven. Okay.
Yep.
Well, that uh, yeah, it will mess with your head, and it is so good. And
Mhm.
Michelle is the one who actually helped me um discover the order of the stories. So I very accidentally well I left a story out, um and so we had to go back through and reorder. So Michelle is the one who decided that that one would be the
Yeah, it's a
perfect
great.
opening
It,
story.
it was a really great opening story.
Oh yeah. And it
Yeah,
totally messed with my mind too.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, so do you have an honorable mention?
Yeah, I do. It's kind of like 2-for-1 special.
Okay.
Because it was poetry. Like it's kind of like
Uh-huh.
horror poetry, and there was two. Okay, Janine Roth.
Yes.
Uh, and
She was actually our favorite author from the Here book.
Yeah.
Remember? She had
Yeah.
so many stories that were good.
Okay, I'm totally and I'm bad at reading. I don't know why I do it. Yeah, and Death by Melinda Zook.
Yeah.
And in condense, yeah, I don't know. I'm
I don't
terrible.
know what you're saying.
What?
I don't know what you're saying.
I don't know either. But
Oh,
it was
okay.
poetry and it was short. It was just really kind of interesting that there was like
Yeah.
horror poetry. So never really read it. And now it's kind of like, I'm gonna go check out horror poetry.
Well,
I know it exists.
Robert Frost. Yeah, exactly. Robert Frost is like the one that everybody knows about. But I don't know. I really enjoyed them too. And I prefer the short I don't remember what they're called, but I prefer the short poems to the long, book of book long poems. But yeah, I thought they were both awesome too.
Mhm.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
so
what is your honorable mention?
my honorable mention is it is The Blue Booper by Dr. Carlala.
Yeah.
And this is adorable.
Mhm.
It's a dog who sees a monster in his house. And it's a children's story. She even put the recipe for the dog treats that the dog gets at the end of the story. She put the recipe for that at the very end, and I thought that was just too cute for words, so I
Yeah.
kept it in.
Mhm.
So it's I don't know if she has it in the store. I can't remember if it's here or not, but it's so cute.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's that's my honorable mention, but I also would like to applaud the fact that uh Deborah Madar put the short story, which is part of Dark Riddle, uh
Yeah.
in our book as well. And
Mhm.
I love that story, and I love
Yeah.
the
So
fact
that
that it's in our book.
it was, yeah.
Was a good one.
Indeed. It was
Indeed.
very indeed.
Indeedy doody.
Mhm.
Okay, so let's see. We've discussed like everything, but it really is a very good book. And I'm not just saying that because I had a bunch of
Yeah.
because I had a bunch
Yeah,
of
your
stories
your
in there.
stories were good too. The ending one, like, oh,
I know.
and it's like a gut punch at the end.
I know.
Yeah, yeah.
Punched me in the gut too. But I also have another one that takes place in it starts
That's good.
out in the bar that Ryan and I occasionally frequent.
Yeah. No names were used, but there
No
were
names
some
are used.
no, but there was some, what's the
If
word
you
I'm
know
looking
the bar,
for?
you would recognize it.
Yeah, like you'd be like, oh yeah, that's it. There's some things that are mentioned that are factual, that are true.
Exactly.
So yeah, yeah, good time.
But yeah, I really think it's a good book, and I love the fact that we did it. And I'm very happy to have you back as my co-host, dude.
Mhm.
Even if it's
Yeah,
just, every once in a while. That's
yeah,
fine.
yeah. I work a bajillion hours and then I sleep and yeah,
And then drink.
do
Don't
some
forget the drinking.
and I drink water. Hydration
Water.
is key. Hydration is key.
Yes, indeed.
Mhm.
All right. Well, I have to open the shop. So I will talk to you later. Have a lovely day at work
You too.
this evening. And yeah.
Yeah,
I the next time we do an anthology, are you up for reviewing
I'm up
another?
for it. I'm
Okay.
up for it.
All right. You have to promise to leave a review though. Don't forget.
Oh yeah, okay,
Cross your heart.
yeah.
Cross your heart.
I gotta get something to eat, but you cross my
Okay.
heart.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
So thanks for being here.
Yep. Yeah.
Bye
Keep on
now.
reading in the free world.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Oh. All right. Bye.
Okay. Bye.